Good afternoon, and please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which we stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may now be seated. Friends, family, administration, teachers, staff, school board members, and of course, the Lakeland High School class of 2017. Welcome to the Lakeland High School's graduation ceremony. Not only has it been a journey, it has been a distinct honor to be a Cavalier over the years, to serve as senior class president this school year, and ultimately to serve as a friend. We have all been waiting anxiously for this day to come, probably since kindergarten, so go ahead and breathe. That day is finally here. Some may say that today is the end of something great, but I say today is the beginning of something extraordinary. Life begins as we depart from each other to enter what we have been preparing for all these years, the real world. We will begin to gather and put together pieces of lessons that we have learned to start building our life's puzzle. We have learned to become lifelong learners from Suffolk Public Schools, and we will continue to learn after this day. A famous author once said, "What you plant now, you will harvest later, so always do your best." I ask you this question to ponder. What are you going to plant this season of your life, class of 2017? Congratulations, Lakeland High School, graduating class of 2017. The best is not yet to come, the best is coming. Thank you, and again, welcome.
Good morning. What a beautiful crowd. Chairman Dobransky, Vice Chairman Copeland, members of the Suffolk School Board, Dr. Whitney, esteemed guests, parents, families, friends, and members of the Lakeland High School graduating class of 2017. It is my pleasure to also bid you welcome to today's graduation ceremony. Today we celebrate the lives, successes, and futures of these young people. And yet, even as we celebrate, we renew our commitment to support these youth as each seeks his or her own version of success and contentment. As we listen to the words of those who will speak here today, I hope that you will each reflect on those words and find a meaning that is personal and fitting to the goals of your lives. With that, I will now yield the microphone to Dr. Michael Dobransky, Chairman of the Suffolk School Board.
Thank you, Mr. Wagner. Greetings, class of 2017. We're proud to be here today, and I'd like to thank all of you for coming. Parents, friends, guests, graduates, family members. We're here for one reason today, and that's to realize the end of a lifelong journey for you. Well, I would hope not lifelong anyway, but a journey to this point. Before I get started, I'd like to recognize a certain group of people here that being that we're in Norfolk, home of the Navy's largest fleet that protects us throughout the country. I'd like to recognize all those servicemen in the audience today, all servicemen who are serving or past serving. Will you please stand and be recognized? All service people who've been in this service, please stand and be recognized. I'd like to thank you for your sacrifice and your dedication to your country. Before I go any further, I'd like to further aim my remarks that are going to be coming up to everybody here, not just the graduates. This little bit I have is taken from an admiral who spoke to the graduating class of the University of Texas in 2015. His name is Admiral William McCraven. He is a Navy SEAL. And these words are from him as he spoke to the graduates of the University of Texas at that time. They're paraphrased, thank you. The first thing he said, as he was preparing the SEALs to go into battle and to combat. Make sure that you have a plan of what you're going to do every day. In other words, plan your day out no matter whether you're going to school, you're going to the military, you're going to work. No matter where you're going to work or you're not going to work, be a family member. Plan your day out. Have a specific goal that you can achieve in that day. For me, it's going to be I'm going to go to Walmart and get some fishing gear and get some tackle and go fishing. It's plain and simple. For you, it might be a little more complicated, I think. But those are the things we need to get out in front of us. Secondly, find a friend that you can trust, a genuine friend that you can trust to talk with at any time in your life. When I was in college, I had a friend that lived in the same town I came from, McKees Rocks, Pennsylvania. His name was John Sapinski. Like Dobransky, we were Slavish descent, and we sort of bonded quickly. And I felt very comfortable talking to him. He felt comfortable talking to me. No matter what troubles we were in, we shared them together. We were able to get through them together. And as I got older and married my wife, she's the one who I speak to now and give my 2 cents worth, and I get hers as well. So find a friend that you can trust. Make sure that you know that the person you're being friends with is not just all talk. Find a soulmate, a heartmate that will treasure you as you treasure them. Move forward. Life is not always fair. You'll find yourself facing issues that you may not be prepared for, but don't be afraid to meet them head on. If you fail, don't worry, persevere. Failing is a way to learning more, and I think some of our greatest inventors failed 24, 25 times before they got the thing right, the light bulb and the computer and things like that. Meet your problems head on, don't back down, step up when times are toughest. Maintain a positive attitude and never give up. And the old Garth Brooks song, tomorrow never, no, it's not it. Let me get it again. I want to get this right because this is important. If tomorrow never comes, will you tell her that you love her now? Tell your friends and your family that you love them now. Don't wait till tomorrow, because tomorrow may not be here. Again, thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Good afternoon to the graduating class of 2017. Dr. Darren Whitney stepped into the top leadership role as superintendent of Suffolk Public Schools in January 2011. Through partnerships with families and the community, Dr. Whitney strives for all students to become life learners equipped with the skills, knowledge, and attitude to succeed as productive citizens in a local, national, and global society. Superintendent Whitney previously served Suffolk Public Schools as an assistant principal, an elementary principal, assistant superintendent, and a deputy superintendent. During his time with Suffolk Public Schools, Dr. Whitney has strengthened early childhood education programs, enhanced professional development, and maintained a heavy focus on student engagement. He assisted in initiating the International Baccalaureate program, championed science, technology, engineering, and math, known as STEM initiatives, including startups of additional high school specialty programs such as Pathways to Engineering and Biomedical Sciences, and implementation of the award-winning Elementary Learning and Enrichment for Academic Progress program known as LEAP. Dr. Whitney's desire to ensure all students' needs are met, also including ensuring appropriate, necessary facilities. He led the opening of Pioneer Elementary and the current construction of a new middle and elementary school in our city. Dr. Whitney's wife, Conjo, is reading specialist in Suffolk Public Schools, and his daughter graduated from Nesman River High School in 2014. I now present to you Dr. Darren Whitney.
Thank you, Mr. Copeland, our Vice Chair of our school board, and you've heard from our Chairman of our school board, Dr. Dobransky. I certainly appreciate your words. I'd also like to take time to introduce our remaining school board members who are sitting to my right. Mrs. Phyllis Byram, Mr. David Micknick, Mrs. Linda Bouchard, Mrs. Lorraine Skeeter, and Dr. Brooks Buck. Welcome and good afternoon, parents, special guests, teachers, staff, but most importantly, the class of 2017. Students, I stand before you today to say congratulations on a job well done. You've worked hard and you've earned this special day. You've tested, you've been quizzed, you've been schooled well enough for us to send you off now into the real world. Parents, we thank you. We thank you for giving your students to us for 13 years. We know that it's your pride and joy. We've done our very best to prepare all of our students, and we're very proud to see them move to the next level. We feel very confident that each of them, they're ready for college and/or career. Now back to our students. As I've just said, students, you've made it. You've taken all the necessary tests, you've verified the right amount of credits, you've written your last high school paper, you've taken your final SOL, and yes, you've earned your 50 community service hours. In fact, you all are the first class to have to meet this local requirement that we put on to you about 5 years ago. Today, I want to, for just a few moments, use our new community service requirements as an example as it relates to a book that I hope that you would read in the near future. The title of this book is The Question Behind the Question by John G. Miller. Now, before you say to yourself, I hope he's not going to stand up there and tell us about that entire book, I'm not. But what I do want to do is to tell you is that this book helps us eliminate blame, it helps us eliminate complaining and procrastination, and it addresses an issue that all of us sometimes have to face. Each of us at some times, including myself, we lack personal accountability. Now let's take community service, for example, this requirement. This was something I initiated and the school board approved 5 years ago, that all seniors must complete 50 hours prior to graduating. Back in December, during a board presentation, my staff and I, we presented to the board how we were progressing with that. You may recall we weren't doing very well. In fact, only 50% district-wide had met maybe all of the required hours. Well, needless to say, this was not a presentation that I was proud of. In fact, I immediately came back to my staff when I first saw the number of students who had met it, and I began to ask questions like, when did we find this out? Why is it happening? And who didn't do their job? We even had the local newspaper use a huge headline that read, Seniors Face Community Service. In Miller's book, The Question Behind the Question, he warns us that statements like, it's not my fault, why is this happening to me, no one told me, it couldn't be helped, or who dropped the ball, these type of statements, they don't help us. He suggests that it's understandable that we think and feel the way we do, especially when we're frustrated. but the statements that I've just shared with you are negative, and they really don't solve the problem. But now if we choose to read the book and use the question by question, or commonly known as the QBQ technique, we should ask our questions differently. And we should deal with situations differently as well. And here are 3 simple techniques the author suggests. First of all, when we're forming that question, we should begin with what or how instead of why or who. And the reason he says we don't want to use instead of when or who, and the reason he suggests is that we shouldn't use when is because when you use that when, it usually leads to procrastination. Some of us procrastinated as far as the community service hours are concerned. We recognize that. When we use who, we tend to blame others. I go back to my statement to my staff. I said, who dropped the ball, not taking responsibility. Instead, the question I should have been asking and eventually ask is, how can we help our students earn the hours they need? How can we help them meet this requirement? The second technique is when developing a question, the author suggests that we use the pronoun I instead of they, them, we, or who, or you. This is where personal accountability really begins. It plays a huge role using I. Each of us should be holding ourselves accountable for our own thinking and behaviors and the results that they produce. The blame game and the whodunit questions solve nothing. They create fear, destroy creativity, and build walls among us. We have no chance of reaching our full potential until we stop blaming each other and start practicing personal accountability. The final technique in QBQ is to focus on action. And when we do this, we should add verbs such as do, make, achieve, and build. These are the types of verbs that we should use when we're making questions beginning with what or how and also contain the pronoun I. So in other words, you'd end up with a question like this: what can I do to help you do a better job? For example, imagine if the media, the local newspaper, instead of just including the headline and the hours and how we fell short, they asked, how can we help the community and our students? Maybe perhaps using an ad or allowing companies to place an ad in the paper free of charge to suggest that they need students to help in their particular business. Other good questions for personal accountability include, what can I do to make a difference? How can I support the team? How can I help move this forward? How can I provide value to you? And what solution can I provide? The author states that taking action may seem risky, but doing nothing is a bigger risk. Action leads us towards solutions. Inaction, at best, does nothing and holds us in the past. Action requires courage. Inaction often indicates fear. Action builds confidence, while inaction provides doubt. QBQ, question behind the question technique, is the practice of personal accountability. We discipline our thoughts, we ask better questions, we take action. Before I close, I want to share and answer a question that I've been asked many times over the last 4 to 5 years. And the question is, why did we decide to add community service to graduation requirements? And I'm going to answer it the way you've seen lots of postings by the top 10 reasons. Instead, we're only going to share 5. The top 5 reasons as to why community service is important. Number 5, it brings people together. Imagine the new people, think about the new people you met during your community service. Number 4, it promotes personal growth and self-esteem. Number 3, it strengthens the community. Number 2, you may learn something new. And the top reason why you should provide community service, number 1 being, you make a difference. Seniors, thank you for making a difference. Thank you for meeting the challenge, and congratulations to each of you.
At this time, it is my pleasure to call to the microphone a young lady of whom I am extremely proud. For the salutatory address, Miss Tanisha Austin.
Good afternoon, fellow classmates, former teachers, family, friends, and administrators. We made it. First and foremost, I'd like to thank God, but I'd also like to take a moment on behalf of myself and my fellow graduates to thank the people that have brought us here today. I would like to thank our families. Our parents are our first teachers, and without you all, we literally would not be here. You helped us with homework, and you pushed us to be the best we could be. This day is not only for us, but for you as well, because you were there through all of the failing grades and referrals for some of us, as well as the moments when we just felt overwhelmed with life. I know we were all hard to deal with at times, but all of that led us to this victorious day. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you, Mom. I would like to thank our senior counselor, Mrs. Sheila Williams, our access advisor, Mrs. Jackson Foster, Mrs. Matthews, Mrs. Edwards, and the entire guidance department for just helping us get through high school and figure out what we wanted to do in life. Last but not least, I'd like to thank you teachers. Teachers who love what they do and have a passion for what they teach have a lasting impression on their students. I would like to specifically thank Mrs. Arian Williams, Mr. Waller, Mrs. Fisher, and Mr. Reed for teaching me as best as they could and showing me mercy when I turned in late work or stayed home on the days I knew I was supposed to take a test. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Nothing in all the world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscious stupidity." Our education is the most powerful weapon we bear. 13 or 14 years ago, we all embarked on a journey that will ultimately lead us to this day. At the time, I'm sure each of our biggest worries were either what we would eat for snack time, where we place our mat for nap, or how long we had time out during recess. However, as we progressed, our attention moved on to more pressing topics like SOL tests, AR tests, and what time SpongeBob came on. In middle school, we had to redefine who we were and what we wanted to be in life. Here, we experienced the subjects in separate classes, making it easier for us to decide which ones we liked and didn't like. In 8th grade, we received news that our graduating class would be the first required to do something beyond the veil that no other class before us needed to fulfill: community service hours. So we had to first pass all of our classes, pass the SOL tests, pass an industry credentials test, take a virtual course, go to practice, get tutoring, learn how to drive, babysit our siblings, clean our rooms, cook dinner, take out the trash, wash the dishes, cut the grass, go to church, get a job because our parents were done paying the phone bill. And on top of all of that, we had to get these 50 community service hours. But we did it. When we made it to high school, we didn't know exactly what to expect. Once again, we had to start from the bottom and work our way up. However, our class was different from all the rest. No, we were not loud. No, we did not vie for attention too much. No, we did not let irrelevant situations bother us because we are above that. Collectively, we stayed in the background, making sure our work was done above anything else. We may have been outdone in 1 or 2 school spirit contests, but we demonstrated our school spirit through showing up daily and working diligently to solidify our accreditation. Last year, LHS Class of 2016 salutatorian stated that they were leaving us with the knowledge we could never top them. She did. Well, let me just say, she thought. We pushed ourselves to go above and beyond the standard bounds, which resulted in the highest rate of students enrolled in honors, advanced placement, and dual enrollment classes in years. We were the students who entered the building freshman year, knowing graduation was the outcome of this journey we call high school. For the most part, we stayed focused on what really matters, which is why we have nearly 80 students graduating with honors this year. And we have a number of students who took it a step further and attained their associate's degree or certification from Paul D. Camp Community College while still in high school. We are the epitome of ambition, drive, and focus. What we've learned, what we know, what we think we know, and what we've yet to learn are all aspects of humanity that makes us who we are and guide us through life. We are the class of thinkers, creators, and innovators. The class of 2016 had unity. The class of 2018 has energy. But we, the class of 2017, have the vision. Our minds conjure thoughts that propels actions that encompasses results. Whether those results are repercussions or rewards, we must remember we are the captains of our own destiny, and a part of growing is learning to take responsibility for our victories as well as misfortunes. We must also remember to sit down and be humble, because none of us have yet to reach our full potential. Malcolm X said, "Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today." As we move on to the next chapter in our lives, be it a four-year college or university, community college, the military, the workforce, or even home, because we haven't quite gotten it together yet, I'm not judging, we must remember we are the class that gives the future hope. Among us are some of the future leaders of our generation. These past 13 years were only stepping stones to our potential. Only we can decide where we go from here. As we walk across this stage, we are walking into our future. I would like to wish you all the best of luck, and again, congratulations. Thank you, and God bless.
What outstanding words Ms. Tanisha Austin had to share with all of us, and that just not goes for the class of 2017, that goes for each and every one of us in this room. So thank you, Tanisha. Lakeland High School is proud of all of our students. We think of them all as stars. But today we are here to celebrate our graduates today. I'd like to take this moment to highlight just a few of our graduates who've received scholarships. As I call your name, would you please just stand? A Unique Howell has received $78,000 from Bridgewater College. Dominique Rodriguez has received over $75,000 from Ferrum College. Enicia Hopes has received $88,000 from Randolph College. Deshae Beal has received $76,000 from the University of Hartford. Cameron Holmes has received $97,000 from Virginia Wesleyan. And last but certainly not least, Tanisha Austin has received over $100,000 from William & Mary. This gives our students at this moment, and because we are still receiving scholarship information, over $2.9 million. And now I'd like to ask Myra Bailey, our valedictorian, to please come forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, former teachers, and fellow graduates, first, I want to express what an enormous honor it is to be able to speak before you all today. The first thing that comes to my mind right now goes back to a few months ago. Tanisha and I were stressing about something ridiculous like we always seem to, and she randomly said, "Girl, what if we have to give a speech at graduation?" I remember just shaking my head and going, "Why would you bring that up when we need to be worried about this?" She didn't say anything for a few moments, but then she says, "No offense, but my speech will be way better than yours." It seems surreal back then, even just a few months ago, that it's 2017 now. This is the year that we graduate. I never actually set out with a specific goal to be the valedictorian of my graduating class, and I never dreamed that I would be the one to say the words that you've been waiting to hear ever since we walked into this building as freshmen 4 years ago. Congratulations, Lakeland High School graduating class of 2017. Today is the day that we can finally say it's over. I know those two words mean more to some of us than others. Some of you might be sad, and others can't wait until this ceremony is over so that they never have to think about high school again. In Charles Dickens' words, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times, and I apologize for using a cliche, but it seems fitting. It's sad to say goodbye to pep rallies where teachers humiliated themselves for our entertainment, and to those rare days of the week when the cafeteria was almost completely silent because they served hot wings for lunch. After 3 years of subpar games, we finally got to see a decent LHS football team. Even though our graduating class as a whole seemed to have a morbid lack of spirit every year during homecoming, Letty and Garrett definitely had enough enthusiasm for the rest of us. I'll never forget getting lost on the first day of 9th grade on the way to Spanish with Mrs. Morgan, finding that to be a class I would never forget how to get to again. Pretty much everyone who took Spanish knows just how she runs her class, but also that she loved us like her own grandchildren. On the contrary, it is anything but sad to be able to look forward and anticipate the multitude of opportunities that will make themselves known. Some will go to college while others enlist in the military or go straight to work. But our possibilities are endless. If we can dream it, we can do it. We must never forget that in life, we never stop learning, we never stop progressing, and we should never stop trying. Life will, without a doubt, give us some lemons, but like Beyonce, we have to make lemonade. Over the last 4 years, we have learned a lot. Some highlights were Earth Science with Mr. Daniels, U.S. History with Mr. Waller, and English with Miss Williams. A few of us learned what we could do in AP Calculus. I'm sorry, Mr. Reed. I think it's amazing that the top 1% of this graduating class happen to be African American women. And I know that our AP language class last year and our teacher, Mrs. Williams, will understand that sentiment better than anyone. Albert Einstein once said, "Education is what remains after one has forgotten everything that he learned in school." After so many years in public school, the main goal our teachers tried to instill in us was for us to learn how to learn for ourselves. It's time for us to make our own decisions and begin to build the lives that we've always imagined and dreamed of. No matter what separate paths we take, when we leave here today, remember that success isn't only measured by academic achievement or financial gain. Success is measured by the impact you have in the lives of others. After today, we will pretty much scatter in different directions. And I remember my aunt telling me, when you go to Charlottesville, please don't come back this way. Keep going. Just remember where you came from. Thank you.
Mr. Wagner, Dr. Whitney, Dr. Dobransky, Mr. Copeland, members of the school board, faculty, parents, and friends, I present to you those students who have met their academic and program objectives as prescribed by the Commonwealth of Virginia and City of Suffolk Public Schools. They are hereby declared candidates for graduation in the Lakeland High School graduating class of 2017. Candidates on the stage, please stand. Candidates in row 1, please stand. You may approach.
Myra K. Bailey. Tanisha Nichelle Austin. Lauren Cynthia Baker. Keshara Lachey Banks. Ebony Simone Barnes. Deja Lynette Batten. Haley Elizabeth Beal. Chase Austin Bell. Kayla Ann Bonelli. Josephine Maduri Alice Brackett. Clint Wendell Brannon. Michaela Nicole Byram. Hannah Grace Campen. Hannah Nicole Carr. Brandon Christopher Coker. Dante Breon Copeland. Tamia Denise Copeland. Savannah Jean Marie Deaver. Cal Isaiah Evans. Jada Chanel Frutrell. Imani Ray Gardi. Deavion Ajane Godwin. India Trinell Grant. Tut Lester Harville. Imani Isaias Hernandez. Laura Elizabeth Hickman. Alante Devon Hicks. Cameron Devontae Holmes. Enicia Janae Hopes. A Unique Desire Howell. Michael Clint Huffman. Deschanel Janae Hunter. Isis Alacia Johnson. Yvonne Alisa Joseph. Talia Nicole Larrymore. Alasia Devonay Lee. Chase Everett Lewis. Kendall Elizabeth Lewis. Asia LaMonica Liggins. Kelly Yael Markovich. Javita Ann Martin. Hannah Nicole Matthews. Devon Edward Morris. Lexus Brooke Munford. Krayshawn Marquise O's Teachy. Letty May Owens. Demetria Desmonet Parker. Janita Deontay Parker. William Hart Parker. Megan Elizabeth Patterson. Jeremy Mark Pollock. Siobhan Alexandria Powell. Alicia Marcel Ralph. Brianna Nicole Ramos. Riley Scott Richardson. Dominique Alexandra Rodriguez. Adele Janae Ruffin. Cole Jackson Roop. Alyssa Lynn Sattler. Cheyenne Lee Smack. Dorian Danae Seaborn. Lenora Joanne Simmons. Shatiana Akia LaShawn Simmons. Aaliyah Monet Sims. Keyshawn Eric Skinner. Jayla Jabri Stewart. Amber Catherine Stovall. Cal Robert Stewart. Kayleen Leanne Thomas. Sabrina Marie Ward. Jalea Ayana White. Jordan Alexander White. Garrett Thomas Warren Whitley. James Elijah Whitley. Jalon Tamir Wilson. Rebecca Jean Worley. Ashley Michelle Wright. Jeremy Tyler Wright. Garrett Blake Abbott. Mitchell Wesley Andrews. Jeremiah Braxton Artis. Christopher Jackson Barmer. Rayana Nakia Barnett. Daisha Verde Olivia Beal. James Isaac Benton. Kimani Typhon Bilbrey. Donnell Jermaine Blunt. Cheyenne Shanera Bonaparte. Aaliyah Renee Boone. Angela Rose Boone. Kristen Monet Boone. Shatasia Shaquilla Boone. Intrigue Martin Bradshaw. Lakeisha Denise Braxton. Aaron Jaquan Britt. Deshauna Marie Brown. Jeremiah Javon Brown. Jasmine Nicole Bryant. Nadira Sade Butler Martin. Traquan Montez Bynum.
Diamante Armand Carr. Akeem Deshaun Chambly. Jenna Noel Christmas. Trayvon Marquis Claude. Deontay Lachey Coates. Quanasia Shandora Colbert. John Andrew Cook. William Lecurris Copeland, Jr. Alicia Desiree Correa. Angel Unique Craig. Joseph G. Cruel. John Daniels. Darren Jalik Daughtry. Timothy Wesley Davis. Raekwon Tyreek Dildy. Brandon Taquan Drayton. Timothy Donald Dunlap. Khadijah Pearl Edgehill. Zyquan Lamont Edwards. Desiree Renee Ely. Rayvon Yantina Elsie Epps. Garrett Preston Yor. Asia Sharday Flood. Daria Tanae Fortson. Nakeem Elijah Frazier. Deja Janelle Freeman. Naja Priscilla Gatling. Tamisha Nicole Ashley Gay. Alexander Godwin Jr. Alexis LaShawn Godwin. Justin Adrian Goodman. Derek Dwayne Grant Jr. Jasmine Monique Hale. Kashana Hall. Benjamin Evan Harcum. Jake Pierre Hardy. Madison Hope Harrell. Solomon Raymond Hawkins. Trinity Kaname Hawkins. Alicia Ariana Hickman. Jonathan Isaiah Hicks. Jaquay Aisha Hinton. Rashida Chantel Holloman. Sadie Alexis Holloman. DeAndre Isaiah Hunter. Armand Keontae Jacobs. Carlton Eugene Johnson Jr. Darius Dante Cassandra Lee Jones. Whitney Elizabeth Jones. Sorry. Simone Laurel Jabray. Matthew Chandler Kearns. Artasia Tatiana Knight. Rachel Arnay Knight. Yasmin Aliza Knight. Elijahwan Lamar Langston. Kiara Imani Lee. Brianna Lee Lewis. Tyree Levante Lockhart. Adriana Justine Longwell. Christopher Deshaun Manley. Cameron Marshall. Shay Elizabeth Masters. Brennan Coles Mays. Jaquan Deshaun McAllister. Demetrius McKinney. Sarah Ashley Mercer. Deja Nakendra Mills. Demontre Malik Miltier. Devontae Saquon Mazel. Arslan Jamonte Moore. Dawn Monet Murphy. Lakeith Tyrell Murphy. Alexis Nicole New. Jamaica Andrea Parker. Latavius Hakeem Parker. Brian Alton Perry. Danielle Lenora Perry. Stephen Noah Peters. Quentin Lamont Pikett Jr. Grace McKenna Pierce. Rodriguez Rayshawn Porter. Jemiah Nicole Powell. Megan Lee Pulley. Thomas Nathaniel Queen. Alfonso DeAndre Randolph Jr. Janika Charday Ricks. Marquise Tavon Ridley. Antoine D'Amico Riley Jr. Bradley Michael Rippey. Taniqua Daquasia Saunders. Yasmin Alexandria Saunders. Delia Ann Scott. Rakaya Tajiana Scott. Shakovia Damita Scott. Tia Brianna Scott. Savion Dominique Smith. Shavon Latae Smith. Shavon. Tatiana Nicole Smith. Jeremy Ryan Smith. Destiny Jalen Southall. Keyshawn Devontae Spencer. Curtis Sproul. Tyreek Javante Stokes. Tyler Michael Stone. Cochita Imani Taylor. Espada Dion Taylor. R. Nikki Taylor. Tysheen Joshuan Thompson. D'Antonio Ramon Turner. Courtney Danielle Tynes. Tiana Nicole Tynes. Kayla Mae Watford. Dwayne Elliott Warren. Maya Jashay Warren. Jaquan Isaiah Weaver. Jada Nicole White. Jonathan Henry Andrew Williams. Raekwon Tyreek Williams. Cassie Tamia Winborn. Quanasia Tania Woodley. Asia Shade Woodson. Shataya Monique Worley. Corey Lewis Wren. And Michael Demetrius Wright.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would like to call to the microphone Ms. Trina Jones from Paul D. Camp Community College, the Dean of Student Services, for a presentation of candidates and awarding of associate degrees. Ms. Jones.
Thank you, Mr. Wagner. First of all, I'd like to say good afternoon, and I do bring you greetings from Paul D. Camp Community College. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to honor and recognize the Lakeland High School students who have obtained college credentials to include 1-year general education certificate or 2-year general studies associate's degree from Paul D. Camp Community College. Dual enrollment is a program that allows qualified high school students to enroll in college courses while they are still in high school. This allows them at the same time to earn college credits and credits that meet the requirements for high school graduation. Dual enrollment provides students with early exposure to the demands of college coursework while reducing the time and cost associated with earning a college degree. 1 year at Paul D. Camp Community College saves approximately $27,000 per year on university expenses for those planning to transfer to a 4-year institution. In addition, Paul D. Camp's dual enrollment agreement with Suffolk Public Schools provides a plan for students to earn a college degree or certificate along with their high school graduation. We hope that this presentation of academic pursuit will be shared by more students and families. Governor Terry McAuliffe has authorized the issuance of special medallions recognizing those students graduating from a dual enrollment program with a general education certificate and an associate's degree. Students will also today receive a Paul D. Camp Community College's medallion in honor of their accomplishments. An email of notification will be sent to graduates once degrees and certificates are available for pickup. So now, it is my distinct honor to present medallions in recognition and in high esteem for tremendous accomplishments made by our students. Will the following students please come forward?
It is my honor to present the following young people as candidates. Imani Gard, Deavian Godwin, Talia Larrymore, Javita Martin, Devon Morris, Aaliyah Sims, Deja Batten, Tamia Copeland, receiving the General Education Certificate, Adele Ruffin.
I guess I'm the only thing standing between you guys being graduates now. Members of the class of 2017, as I stand before you, it seems hard to imagine that this time has already arrived. Those many long hours and endless days have combined into what seems an incredibly short 4 years to me. As many of you have already done, I thank your teachers, whose perseverance and compassion, love, firmness, tolerance, and patience beyond the call of duty have led many of you to the seats that you now occupy. Without their commitment to your success, some of you may not even have been here today. It is good and right for our teachers to now feel a great sense of accomplishment, as their excellent work has in part provided you, the class of 2017, with many open doors to select from as you continue into the rest of your lives. I also offer to your families my personal thanks for all they have done to support Lakeland through the years. Their support of each of you throughout your lives doubtlessly results in many emotions for them as well, which culminate now with a great sense of pride and joy. Candidates, while I believe that we should be thankful in all things, I am especially thankful to have had the opportunity to work with your class over the last 4 years. You are the first cohort to have known only me as your principal at Lakeland, and as such, you will always have a special place in my heart. As noted in the salutatory speech, the class of 2017 has achieved many things. It was in no small way that your test scores helped lead Lakeland to its current status as a fully accredited school. Your participation and dedication in various teams and clubs have helped us expand our offering of after-school activities and has helped us to receive recognition as a 3A school to be reckoned with. Members of this class have brought home team and individual championships to add to our historic success through the years. But above all, this class has given of themselves. While you were the first graduating class to be required to perform community service, it was obvious that many of you took service to heart and went beyond the call of duty. You worked as parts of teams and groups and clubs to provide a positive impact on the Suffolk community by helping children, aiding in flood relief, beautifying your school, and through many efforts. As you continue through life, may your increasing capacities and knowledge continue to be returned to your communities through acts of service, kindness, and demonstrations of exceptional character. Now, it's said sometimes that you guys don't hear a lot of what's said here at graduation, but I'm going to take solace in the fact that this is going to be stuck on social media for generations. So if you ever look back at this, you can say, well, maybe Mr. Wagner had some advice for my life, and I'll go back and watch it now. I'm sure that's what's going to happen. Many quotes can be found about the importance of character and service, but I prefer to first offer my own simple thoughts. When you spend time helping others and building them up, you will have no time to spend tearing them down. When you speak words of encouragement and hope, your mouth will find disdain for words that cause other people pain. When your social media becomes a way of supporting research for cures, lifting up the broken, caring for the sick, and enjoying the accomplishment of friends, it will never be cluttered with gossip or insults or words intended to belittle or humiliate. In all things that you choose, when you choose the good, no time will be left for the bad. As I close these brief thoughts, I would like to share the words of Frank Outlaw. He was a grocery store founder. These words have been hanging in the stairwell down by room 200 all year. Have you noticed? Watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, for they become actions. Watch your actions, for they become your habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. And watch your character, because it becomes your destiny. You have made many choices in your life already. Some choices have helped bring you to this point today. Other choices may have had to be overcome to get you here. Many more decisions await you. Choose wisely and guard your destiny. What I've said today was not to lead you to any fame or fortune, but hopefully to happiness. Contentment is not reserved for the gifted, the popular, or for any other group. Contentment is available to all those who do their best, strive to become better, and find joy in their current status. I wish many great things for all of you. May you each find true happiness and fulfillment in all that you do. Class of 2017, your futures are as bright as you choose to make them, and your futures begin right now. Will the candidates for graduation please rise and prepare to turn your tassels? And now, Dr. Dobransky, school board members, Dr. Whitney, staff of Lakeland High School, parents, and guests. by the power granted to me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the Suffolk School Board, I declare that these candidates have met the requirements set forth and are now graduates of Lakeland High School. You may turn your tassel. And now, a Lakeland tradition before our recessional. Would everyone please stand or remain standing as our choral director, Miss J.L. Manning, comes to lead our newest alumni in Lakeland's alma mater. Let's put up those L's and make your voices heard.
We have come so far to get where we are. Some have gone, but we still hold strong with our hands to the sky. Our faith will never die. Lakeland, we sing this song for you. Many roads bring us here to you to build our pride and make our spirits true. Memories and school unity, proud Cavaliers, we will always be. Through the years, as we live and learn, our hearts and thoughts to Lakeland will return.
Please remain standing for the recessional.